All right, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. My name's Jason. Today we are gonna make bubble up enchiladas, otherwise known as biscuit enchiladas, whatever way you wanna call them. So basically bubble up or biscuit enchiladas are your biscuits, some ground beef, some enchilada sauce and cheese. Put it in a pan, bake it, and there you go. I know it sounds a little weird. I was first introduced to this dish about 2 months ago. Never heard it before. Biscuits with enchilada sauce, biscuit enchiladas. Sounds a little strange, but they are delicious. So I'm gonna make these for you today. I know usually I have Bria here. She is the cook of the house, but this one's my recipe, so I'm gonna try my best to make it for you. So let's get going back here. So I got my frying pan back here, heating up. Got my ground beef here. I have about 2¼ pounds. I don't need quite all this. I'll save part of this ground beef, which is going to be for a future recipe, which you will see coming up, I believe, for Super Soup Sunday. Coming up this Sunday, we'll use the rest of that ground beef. Maria's going to whip up a new soup for us. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the pan here. And I already got some onions chopped up over here. So we're going to throw these in there too. And let all this cook together. Okay, so I got my ground beef in my pan here. Let's just break this apart a little bit so it cooks a little better. So I got my oven preheating right now to 350. So let's just wash off some of the stuff that you need to use again. Okay, so while my oven is heating up and I got my ground beef cooking, we're gonna get our biscuits going here. And I just went with the Pillsbury Flaky Layer biscuits, the original flavor. No, this is the buttermilk flavor, sorry. Use whatever biscuits you like best. Okay, so we're just going to get all these out of the packaging here. Okay, so I got my biscuits over here on the cutting board, and we're going to cut these into fours. We're not going to put the full biscuits in here. We're going to cut them into little pieces, then throw them in here. So just right down the middle, right down the middle, and you got 4 little pieces. And I'm going to take these little pieces and throw them into my big pot over here. I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a minute after I get all these cut up. And are you like me? Am I the only one that eats raw biscuit dough? I mean, it tastes delicious. I know it's probably not good for you because it probably has raw eggs or something in there. It probably says make sure you cook it completely before you eat it, just like cookie dough. But how many of us actually don't follow directions and eat a little bit? I mean, a little bit, just a little bit. A little bit can't hurt you, right? I'm not gonna eat a lot. Just a taste. Just make sure all your pieces are nicely separated. Keep an eye on that meat back there. Make sure it's not burning. Almost done here, a few more to go. Again, this is a super simple recipe. Anybody could make this at home. Add what you want to it, change it up a little bit. If you want it a little spicier, you can do that too. If you want to add some fresh jalapenos to it, or maybe some even stronger peppers, I don't know, want a little Reaper in there or something, put whatever you want in it. Make it as hot as you want. It's going to be delicious all the same. So, have all this in a bowl, waiting for our meat. Give our meat a little flip back here. Start moving that meat around, getting all sides browned up. Again, I have about 2 pounds of meat in there. Now we're going to take some of this enchilada sauce. I have Old El Paso red enchilada sauce, the medium. Again, if you want yours to be a little spicier, you can go with the hot. I actually have a medium and a mild. I did have 2 mediums. The other one's right here. I opened these cans up, had them on the cupboard, wasn't paying attention before I started filming, knocked it off, went over all over the front of me. It literally splattered everywhere. It's on my lights. It was all over. It made a mess. So just be careful with the open cans of enchilada sauce. Just gonna pour this in here. Give this a good shake. This way they just get all covered up in there. Sit in those delicious enchilada juices where we got everything else cooking. That'll soak up those juices. Then we'll transfer them to the pan. Let's go back here to our meat. Check out our meat here. It's starting to brown a little bit on one side. So we're gonna mix it around a little bit. All right, so meat is cooking. Oven is heating up. Biscuits are soaking. I got my cheese in the fridge. After the meat cooks up, we're gonna throw in some taco seasoning. This is from Gordon Foods. Use whatever taco seasoning you'd like, whatever your favorite brand is. This is Trade East. Now again, this dish is kind of like a casserole. I mean, you're gonna put it all in a pan, you're gonna bake it in the oven. I'm showing you the recipe that I make, the ingredients I put in there. Again, you can add other things if you want to add more spices, more herbs, whatever you want. It's not gonna hurt it. Throw in what you like into this dish. But I tell you what, the way it is, the way I make it, it's simple, it's easy to make, and it's delicious. Whether it's fresh out of the oven, stick it in the fridge and have it for leftovers. It's really, really good. And like I said, it's one of those dishes, until you tried it, you don't know how good it is. Because it's a really weird dish. Biscuits with enchilada sauce and cheese. Just doesn't sound right. That was my frame of thinking. Everyone that I've had try it, I'm like, oh, try this bubble up enchilada mix. And they're like, what is it? I'm like, it's biscuits with enchilada sauce and cheese and meat on it. They're like, ooh, until they try it and they're like, wow, that's really good. Turn my heat down to a low. And let's get some taco seasoning in here. And get a little bit more water in here. Some more seasoning going. Get it all mixed up. That seasoning coating everything in here. And again, season to taste. As much taco seasoning as you like. If you want a little stronger, add a little more. If you don't want that much taco seasoning taste, then don't put in that much. And you actually don't even need to put it in the taco seasoning. I have tried others that have made this dish and just use the ground beef. I mean, because the dish has a lot of flavor, but it is an enchilada mix, so I think you need the taco seasoning. My personal preference would be put the taco seasoning on the meat. Give it a little more flavor. Just let that heat up there for a little bit. Let that water and that taco seasoning thicken up a little bit on there. Then we're going to transfer it to the pan. So we've had our biscuits over here soaking in the enchilada mix. So I'm going to go ahead now and dump it into the pan. Get a little spatula to get all this sauce out of here. Okay. Now we're just gonna push these around, kind of so they're even throughout the entire pan. Get that sauce evened out in there. Okay, that is looking good. So we got our meat still going back here. The pan, my meat is about ready back here. Let's get the cheese out and get that ready. Just have a bag of finely shredded mild cheddar. Again, go with what flavors you like. If you prefer a sharp cheddar, a Mexican cheese, whatever type of cheese you want, put it on there. All right. Let's get our meat over here. Throw this onto the dish. Spread it out evenly throughout the whole dish. Get all that goodness out of the pan. Just push it around a little bit in there. It is looking good. Now let's get this cheese on there. There we go. It looks great. It's in the pan. Oven's about ready there. If you wanted to put some fresh jalapenos or something on there, go right ahead. Make the dish a little, a little spicier if that's what you're looking for. But it's good the way it is. Again, so we have 2 cans of enchilada sauce in there. Use whatever you like, whether you like the hot, the mild, for the medium. I got a medium and a mild in there. We got about 2 pounds of ground beef with those biscuits cut up into 4s. We let them soak in that enchilada sauce, put it in the pan. We had ground up that 2 pounds of ground beef with 1 onion, dump that on top, and put a bag of cheese over it. Now we're gonna throw it in the oven. We're gonna cook it at 350 for a half hour, and we'll pull it out and taste this dish. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. Oven's beeping there, so let's go ahead and take this bubble up enchilada out of the oven. It is a bubble up casserole of deliciousness. Let's break into this and try a little bit out. get into a corner over here. There you go. You see what it looks like there. A little cross section there of it. You can see the biscuits in there, the cheese, the meat. Now, if you'd like to add a little more heat to it, which I may, let me try a little bite of this. It's hot, just came out of the oven. That is good. Now, I'm gonna break open my hot sauce. You can use whatever hot sauce you like. If you want to add a little more extra heat to it, I have the Taco Bell fire sauce to it. So we're gonna go ahead and just drizzle some of that over it. Just to add a little extra heat. That enchilada sauce in there already has a little heat to it. That is a great dish. That's a great dish. Bubble up enchilada, casserole enchilada, biscuit enchilada, whatever you want to call it. It's called delicious. Hopefully there's some left when everyone else gets here. So guys, if you've made this dish and you've added some extra ingredients or something to it, let me know in those comments below. Maybe something that I should tweak on this, that I should try myself. If you've gone ahead and made this dish, let me know if you liked it. So go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any other ideas out there you want me to whip up, some recipes you want me to try. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys soon.